You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, 73 degrees, going up to a high of 88. But let me just tell y'all this. I woke up to some thundering this morning. It was boom, boom, boom. But it started raining yesterday. So yesterday I had to go out to an event, and it was beautiful, but the further I drove, the darker it became. And I'm like, what is going on with this weather? The weather was crazy. I think the weather is like it's a little bit weird right now to me. Like, I'm just trying to figure this whole thing out, but I don't know. It just seems like we got a lot of rain for the summertime. Normally we get all this rain like during the month of April and May, but we have gotten a lot of rain like June and July. Now we're going into August, and I'm expecting the rain to continue to pick up because we're going right into hurricane season. But anyway, I ain't gonna complain because it's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. So beautiful, but I know it's supposed to rain again today. And look, I have to go to Atlanta, and I hate being in the rain. But here's the thing: gotta do what you gotta do, baby. You got to do what you gotta do. As a matter of fact, this next Friday, I will be. I don't know. Am I hosting it? Yeah, I guess I'm hosting it. I'm hosting Blacks United in Leading Technology, building the Black Metaverse. Is going to be in Atlanta at Kit Labs, 640 North Avenue Northeast, right? And this event is to help more blacks get into the tech space because we need more blacks in the tech space. But it's also to help you understand where we're going to go and with this Web 3.0. And I talk about that a lot. And so today is Talk Business Tuesday, so we'll talk about that a little bit more on the other side. But that event is taking place next Friday. Is going to be from 9 a.m. to about 4 o'clock. And so we're going to have a panel of speakers that's coming on one by one just to talk to you about, what that all means. So we're talking about NFTs, we're talking about DAOs, we're talking about crowdsourcing for your Web3 platforms. We're talking about how you can get involved in the chambers and what does that mean as a member and things like that. So we got a lot that's going to be going on, and I'm going to be moderating some of that, and some of it is going to be speakers just speaking. So excited about all of that. So yeah, that's going to be next Friday. And then right after that, I'm jumping on a plane. Like literally, I'm leaving the event, jumping on a plane, and I'm out. So, and I'm taking a few days just to hang out with some family and friends, which I'm excited about that because I'm going to Jersey. Haven't been to Jersey since we went last year in March. Was it March? Or was it this year? No, it definitely wasn't this year in March. It was last year in March. I don't think we've gone. It's been a year. Has been a year already. I think it's been a year. We went up there. We went for a sad occasion. We went for my husband's grandmother's funeral. So that was last year. That's been a year already. Yeah, it was a year. So we went last year we had to go for a funeral. So we haven't been since then. So it's going to be nice to just go and hang out and just see our friends. So jumping on a plane right after the event next Friday. Literally, we're going to be on a night flight. I don't think I've ever flown at night either. Because I'm always flying early in the morning. So a night flight, haven't done that. Anyway, let's get on with this show. Yes, let's keep it moving, baby. Today is Tuesday, July 19th. I want to give a happy birthday shout out. And this is a very, very special birthday shout out. Not that all of my birthday shout outs aren't, but this one is particularly special to me because this young man, oh my God, he had such a life-threatening ordeal, and everybody was praying for his recovery. So I've known him since the day he came into this world. His name is Messiah. We call him Duke. I've known him since the day he came into this world. Just a nice young man, just a handsome young man, and he had a truck driving business, and he had to make a delivery over in California. Now he lives in Jersey, but he had to make a delivery in California. In some kind of way, his truck that he and his partner were driving went off, I think, like a small cliff, and the truck landed on his face and broke all of the bones in his face. Now, mind you, his mom said he had no physical scarring to his body, but his face was totally crushed. So they had to go in there. They flew him from the location, which thank God they even saw them because they were down on the side of the cliff. As the story was told to me, one of his the partner that was in the truck with him crawled up to the top of the road, was able to get some help. They were able to go down there. They had to lift the truck up off of him. He was barely breathing. Got him from under the truck. They had to fly him from where he was on the border of Mexico and California. They flew him over to Stanford Medical Center. So when his mom said to me, he's at Stanford, I said, listen, baby, he's in good hands at Stanford. You hear nothing but good things about Stanford, right? I said, he's in good hands at Stanford, but we're going to keep him up in prayer. We prayed. And he stayed out there for a very long time in California, to the point where they actually put his mom and his sister up in living quarters because they wanted to be right there with him every day. We were so afraid for his life because we didn't know what was going to happen. So God bless, and I'm getting choked up right now because I've known him since the day he was born. And right now he is 30. He turned 31 yesterday. 31 or 30. I think he turned 30 yesterday. He turned 30 yesterday. And I'm so glad and I feel so grateful for his life. And I thank God so much for allowing him to see his 30th birthday. And, happy birthday, Duke, man. We love you. I can't wait to see you in a few days. We prayed for you and he recovered, y'all. He looks a little bit different. But I think that's because he looks so big, because he used to be a skinny kid, but now he looks like he's been lifting a lot of weight, so he looks thick. And so I'm not used to seeing him thick. I'm used to seeing him thin, but his face looks just a tad bit different. It looks thick, it looked like he grew up. So, but God was good and God saved his life because every bone and he's so cute, y'all. Every bone, and I'm gonna take pictures when I go to Jersey, and I'm gonna bring them back, and I'm gonna post them on the website. But God blessed him, and I'm grateful, and I know his mom is grateful because I know my heart was broken. We all cried, we all prayed, because it's nothing, it's nothing like knowing kids when they come into this world and then seeing something bad happen to them. As a mom, even if it's not your kid, it's painful. I gotta tell y'all another quick story. So there was this young man's mother, one of her best friends, she had a son around the same age. And now, mind you, we weren't so close with her friend. We know her friend, we cool, but we weren't super close like my friend was with her friend, right? But we know her. And her son was walking down the street and somebody shot him and killed him. And my heart was broken because as a mother, you can't help but to have a heart broken when a kid dies, especially when it's a kid you know. So I knew his mom and I knew him, and so when I got the news, my heart was broken. And so at the funeral, I couldn't even contain myself. I grabbed her and I hugged her and I was crying. But you know what was strange about that? She was shocked that I had any emotions about her kid dying. And I'm like, why would that be a shock to you? It's not like we weren't like the best friends like you and my other friend was, but that's your kid. I know you. We hang out, we party. Now we party together. We did this a lot. And she was shocked that my heart was broken for her. It choked me up to this day to even think about that type of stuff, And so I said all that to say, as a mother, you always, when somebody's child get hurt, even when it's kids that get hurt or get killed, and I have no idea who they are in this world, and you hear me, send my condolences to the families, send my prayers to the families. That's because I'm a mother, and anybody child that's hurt or harmed, it's painful. It's painful for me to hear, So anyway, happy birthday, baby. Happy birthday, Duke. I'll see you in a couple of days. Let me keep on this show because I'm really getting choked up, so I don't want to get choked up and get all mushy right now. Today is Tuesday, July 19th. It's National Words with Friends Day. Now, let me tell y'all something. So when Words with Friends first came out, I fell in love with the game, right? So I was playing my husband. And so we were playing the game, and he would lose all the time. So he got mad and stopped playing. He was like, I ain't playing this game. So he doesn't play with me. There are some people on Words with Friends that will beat the snot out of you. They just really will, because they are really good with words, So I'm not all that great with words, but there are some people worse than me, and my husband probably is one of them, and he quit, so he wouldn't play with me anymore. It's hilarious. But I would play with people, and there's another game I play. God, what is it called? And I play that sometimes, and then when I get tired of getting beat, I close it down for the night. But it's hilarious because he was like, I'm not playing this anymore. But there are people who, this is what they do. They love words, and they play word games all the time, and that's why they're good at it. I don't play all the time, but I do play sometimes, and sometimes I beat the snot out of people, and sometimes people beat the snot out of me. But and when I get tired of them beating me, I quit for the night. Oh, what is it called? It's called word blitz. Now, word blitz. So word with friends, I couldn't get anybody to, because there's other thing with word with friends, right? Word friends, you wait for, you put a word on the board, and then you wait for the person to put a word on the board, and then they take forever to put the word on the board. So you just get tired of waiting on them. But word blitz, which is another game, word blitz is great because you can actually play that person in real time, and people will come on there and play. So if they're, most of the time, if the person is beating you, they will keep playing. But the minute you win one, they quit because people don't want to lose, and so when they think that you can beat them, they will quit. And so I do the same thing. I'm just gonna fess up. Sometimes I play. I be playing like, okay, we got to even the score, so I got to keep playing. By the time they beat me 2 or 3 times, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done for the night. So I normally quit for the night. But anyway, it's National Words with Friends Day, and I like all of those words. Like, I like games. It's also, listen here. Listen, I know somebody's about to get happy about this one. This is better than chocolate for some folks. It's National Daiquiri Day. Yes, National Daiquiri Day. Now, here's what I'm going to say, y'all. This is what I'm going to say. It's National Daiquiri Day, but remember, there is alcohol in the daiquiris unless you get a virgin. I don't know too many people who like virgin daiquiris, but it's National Daiquiri Day, but be careful, because if you get the one with the alcohol, you are subject to be intoxicated. Just letting you know right off the rip, just in case you didn't know. I'm sure you know, but just in case you didn't know, don't drink too many because you're subject to intoxication, and we don't want you to do anything while you're under the influence. Nothing. Okay. All right, let's keep this show rolling. Let's do these horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Mike 1000 for today, Tuesday, July 19th. We're gonna kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Responsibilities with respect to older relatives may be a burden. Residential moves look hectic, and sudden changes in your life are likely. Risky financial ventures will result in unrecoverable losses. Oh, listen, Aries, don't fall for the okie doke today, baby. Don't do it. If it looks too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it's too good to be true. It's risky, and you could lose it all, and you can't get it back. So be careful. Taurus, use your head and do things to your liking. Your mate will be pushing you to do things that you really don't want to do. Sudden romance could end just as quickly. All right, listen here. Don't let anybody make you do what you don't want to do, Taurus. Just say no. No, the most powerful 2-letter word in our alphabet. Say no. I don't want to do that. You're not going to make me do that. You're not the boss of me. You're not going to make me do. My niece used to say that when she was little. She used to tell her brother that because they're like 4 years apart. And she was really the boss in the household. So she used to tell my nephew, you're not, because he used to try to boss her around, you're not the boss of me. And she used to always say, like, she would fall, and she'll jump, she'll go, I'm okay. Man, those were the good old days. That's when they were babies, and we can kind of push them around a little bit. We can't do nothing with them now. They grown. All right, that sudden romance you got going on, Taurus, it won't last. So don't fall in love so quickly. Just know that it's just a fling. It's a right now fling. It's gonna end just as quickly as it started. Okay, so don't be surprised. Gemini, you may find that someone you really cared for in the past has come back into your life. You have to let go of your past if you wish to get out of any sentimental mood that might be hanging over your head. Your pilgrimage may end up being fruitless. All right, here's the thing, Gemini. If they are from your past, why are they in the past? Right? You want to ask yourself that question. And if you're holding on to like some old love feelings, you can't even let anybody else in because you're holding on to the past. The past is in the past. You need to pay attention to the present so that you can kind of prepare for the future. I say kind of because you can never really be prepared because you don't know what the future really holds. So I say kind of prepare. But here's the thing. If you're holding on to the past, you're leaving the door closed to somebody in the present. And if they're in the past, ask yourself why. Because if they were that great, maybe they would be in your future. Or if you were that great, maybe they would be in your present. All right? So just ask yourself that question. I always have to say that. Cancer. A quiet, restful day, just staying in bed or catching up on reading will be the best bet. Don't say something you'll regret. Channel your efforts into achieving your goals. Listen, a quiet, restful day, staying in bed sounds amazing. Getting caught up on reading sounds wonderful. I don't have many of those. I try though. I try on the weekend to have them. Like Saturday, all I did was watch TV. Me and my husband watched TV all day. And then we went out to dinner like late at night, which I shouldn't have done that, because when I got on the scale Monday morning, it was like, yep, 1 pound. But I know that's because I had pizza on a late Saturday night, which is bad because it's all, carbs. Anyway, that's the journey of my life right there. Leo, romance will unfold through business trips. You will find that valuable knowledge can be gained if you are willing to listen. Don't take your frustrations out on the ones you love. All right, listen. You want to go on a trip? You want find some new romance? It's gonna come on that trip. It's gonna unfold on the business trip. You're gonna meet somebody at the bar. Y'all gonna look into each other's eyes, and it's gonna be love, not love. It's gonna be romance. Now here's the thing, though. I'm gonna say this. Listen here, Leo. That sounds so romantic and fiery, right? But if you are in a situation before you go on that trip, you might as well skip romance on this trip. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Don't go on that trip looking for no romance, and you know you already in a situation. I'm just saying, I know it sounds exciting to be in some beautiful hotel because you're on a business trip and you look down at the end of the bar and he's down there or she's down there, y'all catch eyes, and the fire just sparks between you, and you're in a situation at home. Don't do it. Don't do it. Close your eyes and walk away. Close your eyes, Leo, and walk away. You're going to get in trouble. I get it. I understand. Virgo. It's so crazy, y'all. As I was saying, close your eyes, I closed my eyes as if y'all could see me. That was funny, though, because in my mind, I'm thinking, I can just see that picture vividly. Like you sitting at the bar. I see a beautiful bar in front of me, right? And it's beautiful. It's got business people all around. Everybody's looking all dapper in their business attire. And you look down the end of the bar and y'all spot each other, right? And you kind of smile. They kind of smile back, right? And then the more you sit there, the closer you get. So that person walks over. Hey, how you doing? What you do? Why are you here? And y'all start this conversation, right? And you can feel the energy. Just roll with me for a second. You feel the energy. The connection is there. You start giggling and he start laughing, and y'all just having a good time, and y'all drinking daiquiris because it's daiquiri day, and it just you rolling with me here. You feel the energy, right? You feel it. You can see it. And you know this is about to end up in a bad situation because you got a situation at home. I hate to break the dream up, but that's the end of that story. All right, let's keep it moving. Virgo, changes will not be as easy for the youngsters involved. Keep an open mind when dealing with youngsters. You can make new connections through friends or relatives. All right, listen, help the kids out, Virgo. I know they get on your nerves. I get it. They get on your nerve. Help them out, though. They need your help. It's not that clear for them. They need some support. They need you to listen for a second. Help them out. Help the babies out, Virgo. All right? All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thiessen. Stay tuned.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free. Set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Made a promise to myself, this time I will keep it. Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day. Oh, oh, oh. Why do we put each other through hell? Why can't we just get over ourselves? I know I should. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. Yeah, so I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Yeah. myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free. Set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free.
We're gonna pick it up with Libra. Don't play on your partner's emotions. You can get your point across and make valuable connections. Don't be too quick to blame others for your bad mood. Take responsibility for your own mood. Don't blame others, because here's the thing, Libra, you have the opportunity to change your mood, right? I don't care if somebody pisses you off. You have the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm not gonna let this upset me. And I know you've said that before. You can say it today. If somebody's pissing you off, say it. You know what? This is not going to put me in a bad mood today. Because you and only you have control over your feelings and your emotions. Only you. Nobody else. Nobody else, Libra. I know that's a secret to some of y'all. I know that's like, what? Really? Yes. Only you. Scorpio, your interest in helping others may take you back to school. In return, the satisfaction you get is enough for you. Romantic relationships should stabilize. All right. Help somebody. When you help somebody, you feel better. Now, I'm not saying let people walk all over you, Scorpio. I'm just saying you help somebody. Could take you back to school. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe you got to go to the school and speak. Maybe you got to go to your alma mater and give a speech. Who knows? But help somebody. Sagittarius, you may get upset with your peers or relatives. You should try to elaborate on an idea you have regarding a product or service for the home. You will be misinterpreted if you get involved in other people's problems. So mind your business, Sagittarius. In the meantime, figure out how to share your ideas. But what I'm going to say is, listen, if it's a great idea and you know it's a great idea, get an NDA. What does that stand for? A non-disclosure agreement, which means that whoever you share that information with, they need to sign on the dotted line before you open your mouth. Because if they go out and make any iterations of what you're trying to discuss with them, you can sue them. Okay? Protect yourself, protect your ideas before you go telling everybody. Now, some people you can tell them it doesn't matter. But other folks, smart people looking for a great idea, and they got the capital to pull it off, be careful about talking to them. Let them sign an NDA. If they feel some kind of way about signing an NDA, you might want to do some double checking on that. I'm just trying to help you and save you, okay? Save your idea. Capricorn, those close to your heart may be difficult to reason with. You're likely to encounter new partners if you take short trips. Help children complete projects that they are having difficulty with. All right, listen, it's a whole lot of traveling and love connections going on in children today. Is that what it's about today? I'm just saying, like, you got to travel. You're going to find some new partners. Now, that could be a business partner. That could be a romantic partner. But it's going to happen on a short trip, Capricorn. In the meantime, help the kids. They need your help. They can't figure out the project. It's too difficult. They need your help. Aquarius, get involved in activities that will be fun for the whole family. Disappointments are likely if your mate embarrasses you in front of friends. Get the red tape and the unwanted paperwork out the way. All right, listen. Get involved in let the whole family have some fun. Take a minute. It's Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Go have some tacos. Take the whole family. Tacos are cheap too, y'all. Tacos are cheap, so you can take the whole family out and have tacos. Tacos are normally very inexpensive. So if you know you and your family need a minute just to reconnect, take today, Taco Tuesday, and have a good Taco Tuesday day with the family. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to do that. All right, last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces, avoid any confrontations with colleagues. Verbal abuse may lead to walkouts. Don't make any rash statements you will regret later. Don't deny yourself today. All right, fish, look at here. Be careful about what you say. Don't let people push your buttons today. All right. Avoid confrontations with your partners, your colleagues, your friends, your co-workers. Avoid confrontation. Make sure you understand what your hot buttons are, because somebody may push one today and you need to know how to cool it off before it explodes. And don't say something that you can't take back. I'm just saying, because once it comes out your mouth, you cannot take it back. And verbal abuse, don't you verbally abuse anyone, and don't allow anybody to verbally abuse you. That being said, if you have to say what you have to say, then say it. But don't let anybody walk all over you and verbally abuse you. Right? That's what you don't do. And in the meantime, don't deny yourself something you want today, whatever that is. Be careful though. Don't let it put you in a bad place. I mean, I don't say, I heard my horoscope and it said don't deny myself, so I'm going to have to go out here and spend $1,300 on a Birkin bag. I don't even know if you could pay $1,300 for a Birkin bag, because I don't know how much Birkin bags cost. But I know they told me something about this forever bag. It's like $1,800. And I said, well, okay, so it's a forever bag. Does that mean you carry it everywhere forever? Because $1,800, why? I'm just saying. I'm not a purse person, so it doesn't matter to me. But I'm just saying, for you other fish, don't deny yourself, but be careful. Don't just go all willy-nilly with it, okay? And put yourself in a hole. I'm just trying to help you out. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. I will be back tomorrow to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Now let's get on to some news that you could use. I want to give a shout out to this young lady. I thought this was pretty cool when I saw this story, right? I thought it was, sometimes you hear grown folks say, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book, right? And they never write the book. And for whatever reason, they never write it. But anyway, Hannah Michelle Turner said before she graduated high school, she was going to write and publish her book. And guess what happens? 12 days before she graduated in May, her book was done and published. Yes, I want to give a shout out to her, because I think that was a great goal to have. And when you put your mind to your goals, they happen, right? When you focus on the dream, they happen. But you got to focus and you got to do the work. Hannah said, my book is going to be finished by the time I graduate, and she is a published author. Her book is called Beautifully Imperfect. It rolled off the press on May 13th, 12 days before she actually marched down the aisle with her classmate at Brookwood High School. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I'm expecting to see stories about her coming back to Brookwood. Like, what was the guy named? Who was it? Uber or was it Lyft? One of them guys that's the CEO of one of them big companies. I want to say it was either Uber or Lyft. He went to Brookwood High School. He came back. He gave away all his money. And I forgot his name. I talked about him. But anyway, I'm expecting to see Hannah come back and do the same thing, because she set a goal early on to publish her first book, and she did it by the time she graduated, and she did that. So her book is a collection of 125 poems detailing a young woman's ruminations on heartbreak, racism, grief, and acceptance. Beautifully Imperfect began to take shape when Turner, who said she's been interested in writing since 10, was in the 8th grade, and intensified from there. So not only did she discover she was good at writing, but it intensified, and she said, I'm going to write a book, and I'm going to have my book done by the time I graduated. And she did. So her book, Beautifully Imperfect, is hot off the press. You can find out more about how to purchase one of her books by going to courteouspublications.com, and purchase one of her books. Congratulations, Hannah, darling. I wish you much, much success on your journey into this world we live in as an adult. I'm sure you're going to go on to do great, great things. For more information about that, you can go to ajc.com if you need to get the link. But anyway, I think that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So make that happen, girl. Congratulations. I love my story, especially when, I became an author when I was in 1998. I co-authored my first book in 1998, and I've been writing books ever since. So right now, I think I'm working on book number 8. I always lose count. I want to say it's book number 8. But I'm working on book number 8 that will be out this year, in October. So I'm excited about that as well. All right, let's keep this ball rolling. Let's keep this train rolling. F.W. Wayne Water Resource Center in Buford will get new flares for about $6 million after the Gwinnett County Board of Commissioners approved a contract last month. The board voted unanimously to award the contract to Crowder Industrial and Construction based in Spartanburg, South Carolina. There were 2 bidders, and they won the bid. So what are they going to do with that $6 million? The project will replace large flares that burn off excess methane gas. So the methane gas was not being completely burned off, so we needed new flares. So now we're going to have new flares. The flares are now over 20 years old that we have now, and they do not have the capacity to burn all of the gas produced. So that's why we need a new flare. So we're going to get some new flares over there at the Water Resource Center. Let me tell you something. We got one of the best water resource centers in the world. I remember when I went through Gwinnett Citizens Academy 101, that we went to the Water Resource Center. And I got to tell you, I looked disgusted when I was up there as we saw like how the water was clean. I was like, oh, that's disgusting. However, we have one of the best centers, and people come to us to find out more about how to make their water resource centers just as great as ours. I don't think they're going to get there just yet, but we have one of the best. And so it doesn't surprise me that we would do anything to make sure we stay the best. Let me tell y'all something. Gwinnett likes to be the best. I like being here. All right, I'm going to another song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
Time's been moving slowly, so we already in too deep. Can't get no sleep on each other, heavy teasing all day, and when the sun sets, you asking me to come through, kick it with you. Night turn to morning dew, then you feel it rushing and lose control. You don't wanna go slow, for sure. We both already know your place is my place now. My place is your place, let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. My place is your place. My place, your place is my place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place like you do. Baby, don't stop. Got the key to the lock. We in our own zone. Make yourself at home. Get to know mine on the inside. We can meet at yours next time. And you feel it rushing and lose control. You don't wanna go slow, for sure. We both already know your place is my place now. My place is your place, let's face it. Baby, you know all the places. My place is your place. Your place is my place. Just face it. No one knows my places like you do. Your places like I do. My place like you do.
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney bringing you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So yes, Gwinnett County is being sued by a developer, but the residents are standing with the county saying we know we don't want it. So what happened was there was a developer who was supposed to build a senior housing complex in Duluth, but what happened was the company that was supposed to be doing the lending backed out of the contract during the whole COVID pandemic scare that we had going on, because a lot of the people that were passing away were senior citizens who could not get out of their apartments, or who lived in these facilities where it was so many of them they didn't have proper care. So the lending partner backed out of the project, but the developer wanted to keep moving, but they wanted to change the project to a 181 unit apartment complex instead of the senior complex, which was 160. And so the county was saying no, it wasn't zoned for that. It was zoned for the senior building, a 3-story senior building, with the 160 units. But the company is saying we don't want to build that now. We want to build this 181 unit apartment complex on Meadow Church Road near Duluth. So they voted unanimously, no, that's not what we're going to do. We're not gonna zone for that. We want to keep it the zone for what it was potentially first zone for, which was a 160 unit senior housing complex. Now, the residents are saying we don't want that. It's going to be too much traffic. We don't want a multi-use complex in this area. You know, some of the property owners are saying because it's going to be too much. Too much traffic right there, and a lot of those families are single family homes, and so they don't want a property for rent there with a whole bunch. Because here's what happens: most of the time in senior developments, it's probably 1 or 2 people living in that house, right? In that apartment, it's probably 1 or 2 people. But when you build a rental housing complex, it's going to be families, which means children, adults, more cars, all kinds of stuff. So the residents have said nope, we don't want it, and the commissioners voted unanimously to deny the rezoning request. And the residents were not mad at them at all. They supported them because they know what they want in the area. Here's the thing about when you show up and raise your hands, you get stuff done, right? Because the county said, this is not what we zoned for, and the residents said that's not what they zoned for, and the county said we don't want what you're trying to put there, and so did the residents. They said we don't want it either, and they all said the same thing, and so now the county is being sued for that. But the residents got their back on that. They got their back. They're saying we don't want it. It's our neighborhood. We know we want it in our neighborhood, so that's what it's gonna be. Northside Hospital of Gwinnett is building up another part of the building over there. They're expanding the hospital out, and because it's being expanded, I'm sure they're going to need new ways to maneuver the traffic that's going to be coming in and out of there, because right now it's just right on the corner of 316 and Duluth Highway 120. So you want to be able to access the hospital easily. That being said, Lawrenceville residents will soon have an easier way to access Northside Hospital Gwinnett. Yep. So last Wednesday, the city of Lawrenceville announced along with the Georgia Department of Transportation and Northside Hospital, they're going to add an exit ramp on 316. So as you come off of 316, you'll be able to exit right to the hospital, which is kind of cool. So it's direct access to the hospital from the busy highway, so you don't have to come around. So right now, when you come off 316, you come off the exit, you stay in the lane that says keep moving, which a lot of people will stop right there, and it says keep moving, and people will stop, and so that could almost cause an accident right there by itself. But you have to come off the exit, and then you come around, and then you make the right into the hospital. So now they're going to have an exit ramp directly off of 316 right into the hospital parking lot. So that's going to be, that exit ramp is going to go right to the hospital. So that's going to be helpful with the traffic coming into the hospital, because if you're adding another, in addition to the hospital, it's going to add another 100 and something beds. That means there's going to be more people, more visitors, more patients, more personnel. You need that direct access to the hospital, which won't back up the traffic coming off 316 to the regular traffic flowing on Duluth Highway 120. So that addition is going to be good. So I think that's going to help traffic flow over there. So that's what's happening. The project will cost $2,067,737, including a quarter mile of grading, curb and gutter, sidewalk, drainage, asphalt, paving, and all of that good stuff. So all of that's going to be a part of that project. It's going to be completed in the mid-2023. So right around that time, they'll be able to roll right off the highway, right into the parking lot at Northside Gwinnett Hospital. All right, so listen, it's Talk Business Tuesday. Let's talk business, y'all. Let's talk business. I want to talk about expansion right now. I'm going to talk about expanding your business. I've been talking about this for some time, and it's crazy because I couldn't figure out. I knew what I wanted to do, but I just couldn't figure out how to make it happen. So for a strange reason, I thought about it. Came to me this morning. So that's the whole meditation thing. So I woke up this morning very early. My clock went off at 5:45 because it thought I was going to the gym today, which I go to the gym tomorrow. And so my clock went off at 5:45, and I didn't go back to sleep, but I laid in the bed, and it was really quiet. And I was trying to figure out, I've been talking about expanding Good Morning Gwinnett. I've been talking about expanding the company for like a year and a half now. Just couldn't see a clear vision for it. And I think it was because I probably wasn't quite ready. even though I said I wanted to, I wasn't quite ready. But I woke up this morning, right? Now, this is something I had put in the universe plenty of times before. You guys heard me talk about it plenty of times before. But this morning, it was as if somebody just opened up my eyes and it was extremely clear. I'm talking about clarity like I had never. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I woke up and I got up. So what I started doing was crunching numbers. And I looked at what it would cost me to expand what I was trying to do with the company. And I'm like, what? That can't be right. So I did the numbers again. And I'm like, that can't be right. So I did the numbers again. Literally, the number kept coming out the same, which was so doable in my opinion. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I've been kind of floundering for like a year and a half. Not floundering, but kind of just messing around. Not even messing around. I think I wasn't ready. That's what I think. I think even though I said I was ready, I wasn't ready. But I'm ready now, like for real ready. And it came to me just as clear as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, what that needs to look like. And part of my expansion is building a team. And so I was like, okay, who do I need on my team? And I mean, everything just downloaded like so seamlessly in my head. I'm like, wow, you know? And so I looked at some places, I looked at some things, I looked at who I needed on the team. I looked at what it looked like, you know, and this is all in a matter of a couple of hours. I looked at all of these things and it was so clear. And I was like, that's so cool. So I said all that to say, sometimes when you're trying to expand your business and it's not moving the way you want it to move, maybe you're not ready for it, right? You have to accept some things. You have to move some things around. You have to change some things, but you have to make a strong pitch in your mind that you are ready for this, because I think that was my thing. So although I was saying it, I don't know if I was really ready, you know. And so now I know I'm really ready. It's like, okay, that's all I need is this one thing to make everything happen that I want to happen. It was crazy. So what I would suggest to you guys is take a second to look at what you want, right? And be honest with yourself, right? And ask yourself, am I ready for the thing that I'm asking for? Because once you are ready, God is going to give you the vision, the plan, and the provisions to make it happen. He gave me a plan. He told me who, right? He even told me how. And I'm thinking, really? But I've been thinking about that for a year and a half, and I've been talking about it, you know, and a whole lot of stuff happened last year with COVID, and, you know, me opening up my studio, like the first month in the year of 2020, and then COVID shut us down completely for a year and a half. And so for a year and a half, it was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I keep saying I want to do these things. I don't even know how to go about it. You know, I don't know the thing I keep saying I want. Do I really want it? Well, I sat down and I said to myself, this is what I really want. And I asked myself, if I could do anything in the world and money and time was an issue, what would that be? And it was Good Morning Gwinnett. It keeps coming up the same way. Good Morning Gwinnett, the same way. What does that look like? And I'm telling you guys, I sat down this morning in my quiet time and I said, this is what it looks like. This is what I want. You know, I want a 7-day-a-week broadcast, right? And how am I going to get that? And what does that look like? And what would the broadcast be? I'm on 5 days a week, so what would the other 2 days be? You know, and it was just like it was serendipitous, right? It felt really good, but that's because I had made up my mind that this is what I really want. I had made up my mind literally, like I have so many notes, right? I keep a lot of notes, and I went through my system on I think it was Sunday. It was Sunday. I went through my notes on Sunday and I made one page. I said, you know what? I'm making 1 page of notes. I got it. So I had a whole stack, right? I condensed it down to 1 page, and that 1 page was about nothing but Good Morning Gwinnett. And I was like, and this was Sunday. I said, you know what? I don't need to know what's on any of those other papers. Nothing. I don't need to know what's on those papers. Because if I start to look at what's on my other notes, it's going to take me away from the thing I said I want. And so I condensed my notes down to 1 page, 1 single page, and that entire page was about Good Morning Gwinnett. And then I woke up this morning with so much clarity, I shocked myself. And I'm like, wait a minute. So sometimes you have to move things out your way. Sometimes you have to figure out what you want to focus on, because if you have too many things that you're focusing on, you're not gonna get the goal. I knew that already. Like, that was something I knew, right? But because my business has so many beautiful parts to it, I would always have this like remorse of not doing them all, right? Because I have all these great things that go along with my business, and I'm like, well, I can't just not do the business. I got to do this part of the business and that part of the business, and then I get stressed out. And I was like, okay, none of this is helping me, right? Because I'm not getting to the goal that I've set for myself for 2 years in a row. And to Sunday, when I said, you know what, I'm removing all of my notes. I have one page of notes, and it's all about Good Morning Gwinnett. And that's what I did. And so I made a conscious choice to make that my focus, right? That 90% of my focus goes on this. And I'm telling you, just like I'm sitting here talking to you, clarity came through like bam. And I was like, I'm okay with that. Because if it's going to allow me to do the things that I love and have the life that I want, I'm okay with that all day and twice on Sunday. So sometimes you just have to take a second, right? Reevaluate what it is you say you want. Reevaluate what it is you want to give up. Reevaluate who do you need on your team to make it happen the way you want to make it happen, right? And sometimes, you may not want to scale to $1 million company. I happen to want to scale to $1 million company. I can't scale by myself. So I need people on my team. And so once I have these people on my team, I know I can scale. I need to make sure everything is in place so they can flourish on the team. That's pretty much in place, right? I need to make sure that they're passionate about the thing that they're going to be doing on the team. I don't just need anybody that's just looking to get a check, because that's not going to work for us. They need to be ready to do what they're going to do. They need to be ready to put in the work. They need to be passionate about it. They need to come to work when it's raining. And when I say come to work, they need to be able to broadcast live no matter where they are. The only way they shouldn't be able to broadcast live is that they can't talk or they don't have internet, right? Because the business that we're in, you can pretty much do it from anywhere. As long as you can talk and have internet access and some cameras and some audio stuff, you can pretty much go live from anywhere. So, that's where I am, and I'm excited about that. So I wanted to share that with you because I know somebody may be listening to this show right now and they're saying, I have my business and I really want to do certain things with it, but everything that I've tried is not working. And so now what do I need to do? Well, you need to go back and look at the business, right? And I make money with my business. I don't make the money that I want to make. And I think that's because I have been spread out too thin with not a very clear focus on what I wanted, how I wanted to do. Now I'm very clear. And I've said that before, but this is the very first time I think I felt extremely clear. Like it was so clear, it was almost too simple. And I'm thinking, it can't be, is it that simple? And it really is that simple. But it was because I said, you know what? I'm taking one page of notes, and that one page of notes is dedicated to this one thing. And once I said that, I got clarity. So now, all I got to do is put my expansion plan on paper, the way I see it happening, find the people that's going to work with me to make it happen, find the resources I need to make it happen, and make it happen. That's it. That's all I got to do. All right, so listen, I'm going to go to my last song, then I'm going to come back and bring you my word of inspiration for the day before I close it out. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
I've been thinking about you. I'm waiting for it all to come true. I'm longing to hear you say, you know that I miss us. I wanna be the one that you trust, 'cause you have stolen my heart away. There can't be no other. Baby, I don't even bother. 'cause I am yours forever. No one can love you better. Tell me, is it you and me now? Maybe I win, maybe I lose, but nevertheless I'm in love with you. So what can I do? What can I do? Every day is getting harder. Every day you choose me, so come and take my breath away. Come and take my breath away. Come and take my breath away. It's getting harder. I'm begging you to choose me. I never thought I'd feel this way. Feel this way. Never thought I'd feel this way. Feel this way. Every day is getting harder. I'm begging you to choose me, so come and take my breath away. 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 Every day is getting harder. I'm begging you to choose me. I never thought I'd feel this way. Never thought I'd feel this way. Feel this way.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, I gotta go, but before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration. It says, I'm at peace with what I'm doing. I feel good with what I wake up doing and about my lifestyle. Let me say that again. I'm at peace with what I'm doing. I feel good with what I wake up doing and about my lifestyle. The late Nipsey Hussle said that. And you know what? I agree. I feel good about what I do. You have to feel good about what you do. I wake up every morning, I do this show, I feel good about it. I'm getting chills right now because I just read that. And I know Nipsey Hussle is in heaven right now because he was killed, I think it was last year. But he did a lot of good for a lot of people, and somebody was jealous enough to take his life. But when he was alive, he felt good about what he did, right? Do you feel good about what you're doing? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Because if you do not feel good about what you're doing, you're not going to be happy with it. You're not going to succeed at it. You're not going to keep it going. You have to feel good about what you're doing. I can't say that enough, because when you feel good about what you're doing, it's not work. You know what I mean? So you have to feel good about that. You have to. You wake up every morning, you want to do that thing. Even when you feel horrible physically, your mental said, get up, you can do one more episode. Get up, you can write one more word. Get up, you can bake one more cupcake. Get up, you can shoot one more shot. You got to feel good about it, y'all. You can defend one more case. You can change one more brace out. You know what I mean? You can repair one more knee. You got to be good. You got to feel good about that. You can deliver one more baby. You know what I mean? You can make one more painting. You got to feel good about that thing. And you got to feel good about the lifestyle. And if you feel good about that thing, it's going to create the lifestyle that you want. I believe that wholeheartedly. When I woke up this morning and I thought about the clarity that I had about Good Morning Gwinnett, and I thought about the lifestyle that I wanted to lead. Yes, my husband he works like me. We work like crazy people. So just to be able to just hang out for a day and not do nothing and get up and go to dinner at 9 o'clock at night, that was amazing. That was amazing. I want more of that. And so I'm willing to do what I got to do to get more of that. And right now I'm on track to do that. So all I got for you today, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 54 minutes with me. And I love you and appreciate you for that. I really, 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 really do. Thank you again for listening. Be sure, if you miss any episodes of the show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to the past episodes there. And do me a favor, people. Download the app from the App Store. Whether you got an Android phone or Apple phone, there is an app in your App Store for the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Download the app. It's free. It's free. I know some are like, oh my God, what does it cost? It's free. It's a free download. All right. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. You guys stay safe out there. I thank you again for listening. Until next time, my friends. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.